Well, this month is all about the YouShape Award badge, okay? Which there's 4 pieces of it. I thought it was just one, and it's like there's 4.
Yeah.
But obviously, you're a youth commissioner, so what are you going to teach me and everyone else?
Yes, I'm going to teach you a game called Just Throwing It Out There, and it's primarily for the beavers and cubs, but depending on what scouts and explorers are like, it will work for them. And it's essentially just a way to get ideas from them in a fun and enthusiastic way. And I use this instead of a log tube, but it's brilliant, and I think the kids love it.
Okay, so what do you need? What do leaders need to do this game then?
So some scrap paper,
some
coloured pens or pencils, depending on what you've got in your store, and some rope and tape or something to mark out on the floor.
So once they've got all of that, what do they need to do first?
So what I usually do is I split mine up into their packs, and I put them in each corner of the room, and I just get them to sit there, and I give them a few pieces of scrap paper, but each pack has to have the same amount.
Right, okay.
And you give them the same amount of paper and some pens, pencil, whatever you're giving them. And what they need to do is write down on this scrap paper activities, games, badges, events that they'd like to do.
Okay.
And they need to write an idea on each paper. So, for example, Disneyland, they want to go to Disneyland. They can write Disneyland on a scrap of paper, they scrunch it up and put it to the side. And they've got, between them all, they've got to put all these ideas together and scrunch up. And at the end of however long you do it, I usually have about 10 minutes to discuss and do it, they will have a pile of snowballs.
Okay. I see where this is going here. Okay. All right. Okay.
So yeah, once they've wrote their ideas on, they scrunch it up, make a ball, and they put it to the side, move on, do the next one.
Okay.
After that time, while the kids are still in their corners, you need to split the hall up using the rope or the masking tape or whatever you've got. Cones work well. So depending on how many packs you've got, I have 4 at my group, so I split my hall into 4.
Wow. Okay.
And once they've got their areas, what I ask them to do is all their piles of paper that they've got, they need to put it in the middle of their square.
Right, okay. Right, I get that,
so
right.
It's in the middle of their square. Then they go stand against the back wall if they're squares. So
Right, okay.
And I kind of mix it up a little bit. So you give them I usually give them a countdown, and what they've got to do is when they get to 0, they charge, grab these balls, and they throw it at each other. So they're throwing ideas at each other essentially. And we turn it into a competition to get them more engaged. And it's whoever's we give them 5-minute rounds. And whoever's got the least amount of paper in their area after that 5 minutes is a winner. Do it about 4 times each.
Yeah.
And they after the last session, they're absolutely dead.
Okay.
At the end of that, we tell them to sit down in their squares, and any of the snowballs that are in their area, we get them to read out.
Right,
So
okay.
we then share the ideas, and as you can imagine, you'll have so many duplicates. It'll be camping. I always end up with making pizza. It's on a pizza oven. So we're on the hunt for looking for a pizza oven at the minute. They don't know this. So if any of my cubs watch Scoutadelic, I've kind of ruined it. But yeah, so you use their ideas. So once we've got the ideas into little piles and we spoke about them, we put them on this timeline of things that are really great. So camps. What kind of camps? We do tell them at the beginning, if you're writing camps, give us some ideas. Is it a themed camp? Is it a apocalyptic camp? Whatever. So we get them all at the orders, and it's stuff that are really great, and then stuff that skydiving, we ain't doing that. And we end up with a timeline of ideas of the things that the cubs really want to do, and we can do it next week, and things that we ain't doing. And that is our program. We end up with so many ideas. So I've got 28 kids in my cub pack, and each of them will give so many ideas, and they'll write so many. Each one will do 4, 5, 6 ideas, and at the end of it, we'll only have a couple of duplicates. but we've then got a load of other ideas that they want to do.
Yeah.
So once we've been through it all and we said, right, this is what you have wanted to do.
Yeah.
We make between us all, we make a rota, like a program, which all the kids join in with.
Yeah.
And it's right, next week, pick an idea off the grid. What do you want to do? And that is how we plan for our term. And the kids love it. And it's all of their ideas. But without them actually knowing, this goes towards quite a few badges.
Right, okay.
So it will go towards the teamwork badge.
Yes, okay.
But it also goes towards the plan badge of the youth the YouShape badge.
Nice.
So without them knowing, they're actually doing badge work by having fun and throwing things at each other.
That is amazing.
And at the end of the night, after an hour's session, you have a full program, all youth led of what they want to do. All you really got to do then is just make sure you've got the resources for it. It's such a simple idea, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing. I love that idea. I think that's great.
I've done it. I when I went round when I first became CYC, I visited lots of different groups, and to do the YouShape badge, to push it out there, I gave resources for the leaders to do the central badge first. But when I went to visit their group just to see how they were getting on, I did this activity with them. And the leaders were amazed that they're also getting part of the badges signed off, and I've basically just done the program for them. So like their program that they'd already drafted is out of the window. We've got a YouShape program.
Wow, that is brilliant. Like you say, it ticks off so many badges, and they've kind of done your work for you, as in they've said this, that, and the other, and now you're just going, right, okay, we can do this, we can do that, and that links up to that badge, and that is brilliant. I think that is amazing. That's fantastic. I love it.